yourself. I was actually surprised.
I do it all myself.
Well
I thought everyone did though. I thought that's like the norm.
Well,
everyone's always like,
I don't have a podcast, so what do I know? But no, you're doing well though, because you bring out content. So.
Every day, no, this month, but then I had to take a break. You know what? It's affecting me. I said, you know what? Mummy of two, let me just
I told myself yesterday, I said, I'm taking a break.
Did you take a break as well?
I'm taking a break.
No, you've been pumping out the makeup content.
I said, no.
But you're doing so well though.
Oh, voice energy.
I know.
I love it.
Yeah.
But it's just, it was getting to the point where it was just like, do you know what? I need a break.
Yeah.
And mentally, it's getting a bit work, mum.
Oh wait, can we put this all in the
let's do it.
Okay. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of The Bride's Room. I'm your host of the day, Authentic Aisha. And you know, if you are somebody that's currently planning your wedding, if you're currently helping someone planning their wedding, this is the podcast you need. So today, guys, as I said in my last episode, I'm trying to get, or one of my recent episodes anyway, I'm trying to get more brides back in the building. You know, we've heard from the lovely vendors, but you know, the girls want to hear from the girls. And so I've actually brought in one of your faves today. Well, she's one of my faves. I don't know if she's one of your faves. I'm sure she is one of your faves, but definitely one of my faves. We've got Bibi in the building. Say. Hey, Bibi.
One of your faves.
You are.
You're one of my faves too.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy to meet you.
I'm good. I'm so happy to have you
I'm
here.
happy to meet you in flesh.
Same here. So guys, for context, we were just talking about this offline, but I've been calling her Shayo for the longest.
Yes. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm so sorry. There's
but
been a
it's
bit of change
actually
of name.
Bibi.
Bibi, yes.
Yeah?
Please,
So what happened with Bibi? How did we get to Bibi?
So my name is, the name I go by is Bibi. But my Instagram social media name has been Shayo, but everybody like personally knows me as Bibi. And I just want to be called one name as opposed to
one house.
Yeah, one house.
One house.
Address me by one thing.
Yeah.
Not Shayo there, Bibi there, next minute. So just Bibi. We're no longer Shayo. Bibi.
Just the Bibi.
Just Bibi.
Okay, well, welcome, Bibi. Lovely to have you here. Obviously, for me personally, I've been following your wedding journey for a minute. Well, it's also all done now anyway.
It's all done.
I remember when the content came out and the content was given. Hey, girl, you did that.
I tried.
You did that.
Thank you.
I really, really enjoyed all the bits and pieces in just like what you gave us.
Thank you.
And I had so many people at me. I don't know if they added me in your whenever people want to watch people, they're like Bride's Room, or they send it to me in a DM and they're like, get her on the podcast, please.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So, you had a few requests.
Okay.
A few requests come through. And so hopefully we'll be able to answer the people's questions today.
Yeah.
So without wasting too much time, the first question is, how was wedding planning? Keep it nice and simple.
Okay. Let's keep it nice and simple. That's hard. Okay.
Hard.
That's hard. Wedding planning was stressful for
Really?
me. Yeah. Especially because I gave birth. Well, okay. So I was supposed to get married. Well, so I'm officially married.
Yes.
I was officially married. I've been officially married almost going 3 years now.
Okay, nice.
And we got married, and then the plan was to have the wedding day 6 months after, I think. Yeah, no, about 8 months after, something
Wow.
like that. So we were supposed to get married. No, sorry. The plan was to have the wedding day 6 months after, something like that. So we were supposed to get married in April. Then I essentially fell pregnant.
Wow.
And then it was just like, okay, wedding's on hold. So we told, like, at that time we didn't really book many vendors. It was just I think it was just the hall or something. So we just told them, can we like push it back? Had to pay a fee, so that was fine. So then we pushed it to October 2024. And at that time I was 5 months postpartum, just turned 5 months postpartum. Yeah, so it was a lot, like giving birth, obviously, that motherhood.
Yeah. You ain't gonna tell me.
Yeah. Trying to shift the baby weight, trying to deal with baby plus planning a whole wedding, trying to deal with the logistics of things. It was just tough. But glory be to God, I had a really great support system around me, especially with baby. So that helped a lot. But it was incredibly stressful, from some of the vendors to just wedding stress is just stressful as it is. You know, you put so much money into this thing and you want it to be perfect.
Yeah.
And there's so many tabs in your mind. Oh, have I called this person? Have I called that person? Have I done this? Have you done this? So many checklists, like boxes in your mind. So yeah, it was stressful, but to God be the glory. It was.
No, you did a really good job. Hats off to you. You did that, because what I saw doesn't look, I mean, it looked beautiful, but I of course know how much effort goes into these type of things.
Yes.
And to add that you just had a baby as well.
Yep.
How did you find that? Because I think that's actually quite an interesting one. How did you find being a first-time mum as well? First-time mummy and planning a wedding at the same time.
I think that was probably one of the hardest things I've gone through. Honestly, hand on heart. Because I was trying to obviously navigate being a mum.
Of course.
Navigate sleepless nights. Navigate breastfeeding. That's a whole nother story.
God, yeah.
Breastfeeding. Navigate trying to be a mother and, you know, bonding with my child and not feeling guilty. Well, every mum feels guilty, I guess.
Regardless.
But also trying to pour into the wedding, because this is a once in a lifetime day. But yeah, this is a big deal. They're both big deals. You know, my child obviously comes first, but it's a massive deal. So it was really tough. There was times where I cried, times where there was people asked me, how is this going? I said, I don't want to talk about it. Like there was times I just I don't want to talk about the wedding. Let's just keep it. If you say,
I'll break your head.
keep it quiet. I don't want to talk about it. I think honestly, when I gave birth, I didn't go back to wedding planning. I want to say about like 2 months after, because I just couldn't. I genuinely couldn't. Like I couldn't. I feel like your cup needs to be full in order to pour into anybody other cup.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I just couldn't in that moment. I was exhausted. I was tired. I was sleep deprived. I was stressed. A lot of things was going on. I just couldn't talk about the wedding. So I think after 2 months, that's when I said, okay, do you know what? Let me get back into the swing of things. But the good thing is that a lot of the stuff I kind of got done beforehand, because obviously I knew I was pregnant.
Yeah.
So I kind of planned, you know, getting a few bits and bobs here and there done. So I didn't really have much to do afterwards, which was good. But it was hard. I'm not going to lie, Aisha. It was tough. I don't know how I did it looking back. It was really, really stressful. Like, it was just stressful, girl.
No, honestly, I'm looking at you like,
you're actually stressful, girl. Like,
you're actually wild for doing that. Because I know, wild, yeah. I personally know the amount of times I've just cried and there's no event coming up.
Yeah.
Because there's no get the baby.
Yeah, there's no baby. Yeah, I'm just crying.
I'm just crying because I'm just stressed. Yeah, this baby won't let me sleep. You know, you're just sleep deprived. Yeah, all of that. So hats off to you.
Thank you.
You know. Would you advise anyone to do that?
Absolutely not. Don't even try it.
I mean, I know the answer to that, but I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Don't even go. Please, unless that's what you want for yourself, please don't do it. it takes a toll. It will take a toll on you physically as well. Like you may, well, I'm not everyone's not the same, are they? But for me, I feel like it took a toll physically. I started getting black spots here and there. I was having ulcers in my mouth.
Black spots? What's
just like breakout spots just because you're just stressed. I was having ulcers. I get ulcers in my mouth when I'm really like,
that's me.
when I'm just worn out. I was getting ulcers in my mouth. I was under the weather. It wasn't the wise thing to do. And obviously my dresses were made in Nigeria as well. So I went to Nigeria at one point, left my newborn baby with family. It was just like, I felt so guilty for that. But I needed to ensure my dresses were going to fit right. Myself and my husband were still navigating this whole parenthood thing, but, talking about the dynamics of the wedding, sometimes, butting heads a little bit. So I definitely would not advise. Like, it's just, if you can plan baby after, do so. Because you're just going to save yourself so much stress. Wedding planning is stressful as it is. So to add a baby to that, it's just... Don't do it.
No, well done to you again.
Thank you.
Women are amazing, aren't we?
Yeah.
And on top of that, you snapped back. So well done. Congratulations.
It was the stress. It was literally...
I'll take it.
It was the stress. If it wasn't for the stress, I would not have snapped back. Honestly. In my head, I was thinking I need to snap back, but it naturally just came off because of the stress.
Yeah. No, I hear you. But no, okay. So you had the baby, you planned after having baby. You had the wedding 5 months after. Mm-hmm. How was the day? And just because I was looking through, did you have a 3-in-1? Sorry,
I had
2-in-1.
a 2-in-1.
2-in-1 wedding. Mm-hmm. So why did you... Because a lot of the time, some people have the baby and they're just kind of like, you know what, I'm not going to do it. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. What was the motivation for you to have it at the level that you had it at?
To be honest with you, we actually didn't want to... It got to a point, when I was pregnant, it got to a point we were just like, do you know what, we don't want to do this anymore. We don't want to do the flamboyant wedding. We actually told the parents, we sat the parents down at least 3 times and we said, we're not doing this.
Oh, 3 times?
Yeah. We had 3 meetings with both sides of the family, well, just the parents.
Yeah.
And because they kept on saying, no, you have to do it. It's our culture, it's this. We're like, we're not doing it. We're tired.
And both of you guys are Nigerian, Yoruba.
We're both Nigerian, Yoruba, yeah.
Ah, yeah, good luck.
So yeah, I was just like, we're not doing it. And they were just like, no, it's our culture. We have to. Don't you understand? It's like, no, I understand, but I don't. But they just weren't getting it. And to be honest, looking back, I'm happy that they said what they said because... I feel like personally, this is my own personal opinion, but as a woman, a man needs to go through that process in order for you to be his wife. He needs to kneel down to your parents, in my opinion, anyway.
No, I agree.
He needs to do things the right way. End of the day, I've had a baby for you now. We've been married anyways, but I'm doing a lot. Being a wife is a lot. It's a lot. Like it's a commitment. This is a confidence. There's a lot. There's a lot. Then on top of it, I'm now the mother to your child.
Yeah.
You're gonna kneel down to my parents.
No, I hear it.
You're gonna dobale. Oh my dobale. You're going to dobale.
Roll. I'm
gonna do it. I feel like as women we give so much. So I'm so happy we did because we were just obviously we did the registry, we had our house back then. And at that point, I was fine with that. But I'm so happy, even though it was stressful, I'm very happy we did that in the end. So there was a bit of arguments, not arguments, but a bit of disagreements between
friction.
Yeah, us and the parents. But I'm so happy we did it in the end. So yeah, it wasn't our decision. It was the parents' decision.
You got overruled.
It was overruled. But I'm so pleased. So pleased we did it in the end.
Oh no, that's lovely. I'm glad to hear that it was all worth it in the end.
Yeah, 100%.
And I completely agree with you. Right? It's one thing that I've preached in the last few weeks, it's that. It's just like women just deserve to be celebrated.
We deserve that. Like, so, you're not gonna get your cake. You're not gonna get your way and just eat. No,
bro. After having happen, and I feel like, did you deep it when you had your well? Obviously, baby. I think did you look back and was like, no. After everything that I'm doing,
100%.
That probably was your motivation.
Yeah, when I had the baby, I said, "Oh hell no! We're doing this proper. We're doing this proper." Because when you have your baby, you just
deep everything.
When you become a mother, it's a different type of.
Yeah, you just deep it.
It's just different. What? Yeah, like you're pouring a lot. You're pouring a lot. He has to do things the right way. The registry, in my opinion, to be honest, you don't have to do things in a flamboyant way. Yeah. So you can even just go to like a little hall, but
it has to be just like
just do it properly. Just do it in the proper way.
Yeah.
Just do a little engagement, do the little like traditional ceremony, do your little church if you want to. It doesn't have to be fun, but as long as you do it, it has to be done.
No, I love
it's
that.
It's the least a man can do for you.
No. I completely agree. Just you mentioned the word registry as well. I just want to quickly touch on your registry. Was that flamboyant?
No,
okay.
It was in December.
In the cold.
In the cold, yeah. It was literally just myself, my husband, my siblings, his siblings, and our parents, and that was it.
Wow.
We just went to a registry, and then after the registry, we went to a restaurant.
Oh, lovely.
That was literally
that's
it.
nice.
Yeah,
it
was super, super intimate. Yeah,
okay, cool. So talk to me about the actual process. So what was the most stressful part? So obviously you spoke about, it like, in parallel with motherhood, but actually what were the things that you found quite stressful?
In the lead up to the wedding.
In the lead up to the wedding. So, talk to me about your dress, because I really loved that dress. I thought that dress was so beautiful. The white wedding dress, the lace.
Yeah.
Chef's kisses, 10 out of 10. Much. I mean, I liked all of your dresses actually. I liked all of your looks. But I really liked that dress process, and I think it would be really good to know where did you go, what did you do, how did you do it?
Okay, so the white wedding dress. Funnily enough, I didn't really plan to. So I got my white wedding dress made in Nigeria.
Okay.
I didn't actually plan to ever get my white wedding or any of. No, actually, I knew my traditional dress was going to come from Nigeria, but my white wedding dress particularly, I did not plan initially for it to come from Nigeria. I was pretty much like shopping as a normal bride would in the UK. I was even looking at Turkey.
Oh wow.
And just like different options, I'll like go and just like try on dresses. But as I was looking, I never found a dress that felt like wow for me. I found dresses that was like, oh, this is nice. But it was I never felt like this is the dress.
Yeah.
And I went to at least like 3-4 shops and I just never felt that.
Where did you look? And that was in the UK?
That was in the UK. I remember going to David's Bridal in Stratford. I think they're closed now.
Yeah, I think that whole little shopping centre.
Yeah, the shopping centre place. I went to another one in Orpington. I can't remember what they're called. I think I went to Sadie's Bridal.
I've heard of some.
Yeah, a couple. Yeah, I went to a few, but I just never really felt like this is it. Especially with the price I was paying.
Yeah, you want to get the wow.
I want to get the wow. Like I think there was one dress, to be honest, that I saw in Orpington that I was this close because it was stunning. It was very regal. I knew it's so funny actually because I was about to say I knew the look I wanted to go for, but I actually went for a completely different look. Initially I wanted like a ball gown.
Oh,
yeah, like I wanted like a princess,
like an actual
dress.
princess. Ooh,
yeah, like I wanted a princess dress. So I was very like my mind was fixed on that. But then when I was doing the dress shopping, I realized that I actually liked the more figure hugging dress. So. Yeah, I was just like sort of looking around, didn't see anything that wowed me. As I said, there was one that was almost there, but just wasn't quite there for me. Then I started, so I was still looking for the white wedding dress. But whilst I was looking for the white wedding dress, I was in the process of doing my Nigerian dresses. So anyways, I came across this particular designer in Nigeria and they basically gave me an offer that if you were to do your white wedding dress and my second outfit with them, that they would give me this particular price.
Nah, Nigerians are capturing the UK, the international.
Literally.
Wow. So that's that is a deal.
Yeah,
sign me up.
Then I was just like, because I was just thinking, am I sure I want to get my white wedding dress?
They even have deals now.
What wasn't really, I say it was they gave me they said they'll do it at this price. That's what they said. Yeah, well, I guess it was a deal.
It's a deal.
Yeah, it was a deal. Yeah, it was a deal, I guess. Yeah, no, it was a deal, thinking about it. So, and then I was at that moment I was still like and ahhing. I wasn't really sure because to get your white wedding dress made is a risk. Like it's not like you're going to the shop and you know what you're expecting. Like you can just try it on and say, okay, this is what you can touch it, you can see it, you know how you're gonna look on the day. Whereas when you're getting it made in Nigeria and I'm in the UK, God knows, is it gonna fit? Is it gonna look nice when I wear it?
Yeah.
Am I gonna like what they're doing? You know, I'm not physically there to like see and like
oversee
things and stand on their head. Exactly. So I had to trust them, and that was hard to do. So essentially I basically just said, yeah, let's go for it, sort of thing. Because of the deal that they were going to give me. So I went for it, ran the risk and went for it. It was very stressful. The thing is with Nigeria, if you're going to get your dress made in Nigeria, to be honest, before I say this, actually, it's not all Nigerian designers. Let me first say that. Not all Nigerian designers. I did have some good experiences, but I did have bad experiences. But if you are going to get your dress made in Nigeria, just have in the back of your mind that they may not do as you say. They potentially will work slower than you expect them to. They may not respond on time. Just be wary. Be wary, because Nigeria, they do things on their own accord.
Yeah.
It's not on when you want it. It's when they want it. And Nigeria, they have this like, if you're not a celebrity, if you're not somebody, they're not going to treat you like somebody. If I'm honest with you, it's sad, but it's just the facts.
Really?
Yeah, you can even have money, but even though you're from the UK, like they have a lot of UK clients.
Yeah,
now. It's
they're
not
international
really,
now.
They're international. Yeah,
Getting your
everyone
dresses
goes to
made.
Nigeria.
Yeah, everyone.
So that whole like UK thing, it doesn't even.
Done. Yeah,
it doesn't. They're not even. They're like, Ansel. You're from UK, Ansel. I went there last week. Like, it's not a biggie.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna jump at everything you say.
Dance to your tune, basically.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that, and it's a bit worrying because this is your wedding dress. It's a big deal. So. That was a process. It was sometimes I message them, they're not answering. I'm asking for an update, pictures. We'll get back to you, ma. What does that mean?
Hurry up, please.
What does that mean? Like, yeah, there was.
Did you have someone on ground? Sorry to cut you off.
I didn't know.
You didn't have someone.
I didn't have anyone on ground. And yeah, I didn't have anyone on ground. And I wish I did, because I think that would have made things a bit more smoother. But no, I didn't. I was literally just doing everything from the UK. It was just like WhatsApp dialogue, literally. I was asking them, how far, like what's sort of going on, like the dress sort of thing. Yeah, we're going to start at this time, leading up to the wedding day. It's just like, they're not quick.
They're not being sharp. That's unlike Nigerians though, no? To be sharp.
No, not what. So I dealt with 3 designers in Nigeria. 2 of them were sharp.
Okay.
They were sharp. One of them wasn't sharp. To rewind back, they invoiced me in the beginning. Remember I said they gave me this deal, right?
Yeah.
So they gave me the deal, cool. And then they started like looking for the materials, for like, the fabric, etc. And then they go to me, hi ma'am, so sorry. What we had quoted you was wrong.
Here we go.
And it's not within what it's not, basically the materials is far more than what we expected. At this point, I paid the deposit, by the way. And they were like, yeah, it's far more than what we expected. That is going to cost you. I can't remember the amount they said, but it was a lot of money. It's going to cost you this much extra. And I was just thinking, They said that if you want to stick with the quote, you have to go for this fabric. This was for my second traditional outfit, by the way.
Okay, so your second. Okay, so we're on traditional outfit right now. Okay,
they were like, you're gonna have to go for this fabric, and they sent me a picture of the fabric. It was nothing
like what you
nothing
asked
like
them
what I
to
asked
do.
for, and I was just like, no, like, what do you mean? So things like that were happening. Again, the slow replies were kind of happening. So I said, can I speak to someone that's higher up? I'm not happy. I'm genuinely, I'm not happy. I'm the bride here. I should feel...
You had to put the hat on now.
Yeah, I had to put the Bridezillas hat on. I'm the bride. Like, I'm not happy. Like, I'm trusting you with a very big service and you're not doing that. You're not pulling through with, what I'm expecting. You're not meeting expectations. So luckily, thank God, there was someone there that was actually really kind. This was one of the... I think he was like... He was not the CEO, but he was someone that's quite higher up. But he was really lovely. We had a meeting and he basically assured me. And once I spoke to him, that's when things started to move and get a bit better. So he basically, unfortunately, I had to pay more money in the end.
How much more by? Do you
I think I can't really remember, but I want to say around about 600 mark. Something like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit of money.
Yeah.
It's a bit of, it wasn't expected.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's 600
and
more
it's
than
close
the invoice.
to your wedding day as well.
Leading up to our wedding day. Yeah, I can't really remember exactly how many months.
Yeah, okay, fine.
It was
but
a
you
matter
had
of
to
months.
pay additional fee,
Yeah. So yeah, I had to pay an additional fee. So anyways, they said, and I said to them, is that it? You're not gonna ask me for no more money, sort of thing. And they were like, yeah, I'm not gonna ask for more money. Anyways, the process kept on going, cool. I kept on like sort of messaging them. Because I had this guy on my side, it was getting a bit better, but still a bit slow. But anyways, cool. It got to a point when I would ask for my measurements. They took my measurements and they started on the dress and stuff. I picked out the material I wanted to go for. So the chantilly lace, I picked that out. Mm-hmm. So they started putting things together. So I was asking for pictures, obviously, and leading up to the wedding day, they were sending some pictures and I was just like, this is not really,
Why I asked?
not even a bit, I was very worried. I remember there was a time where I called my maid of honor and I was so upset. And she was like, what's wrong? I said, I just don't want to talk. I just want to be on the phone. I just, I was like, let's just sit in silence. Like, I just need someone with me, but I don't want to talk about it. She was like, okay. She was like, is it the dress? I said, yes, but let's just not talk. And she was like, okay, cool. Like, so we literally sat there for like 10 minutes. And she was like, okay, so what's up? And I just like told her everything. I was like, the pictures they're sending me is just not what I expected.
And you cried?
Yeah, I was like, this is not what I wanted. Like, I asked for the bust to be like this. I asked for this to be like this. Why is it looking like this? Like, it was just looking...
Oh, and you've just had a baby as well.
Just had a baby.
The extra emotions. The tears already ready to flood anyway.
I'll go to my husband, babe, it's not looking like I want to be like, don't worry, babe, it's fine. I'm like, babe, it's just like, I was just an emotional wreck. My baby was crying. Oh my God. I was a joke. I was literally a joke.
You know when you just want to actually just have a moment to just cry and be the
Do you know
baby
what I mean?
for a second and the baby.
Then they'll be like, sorry, ma, how was it, ma? I was just, if I could just bang that phone, I was... Jesus, Lord, have mercy. It was just like, you know, when you're just frustrated. Yeah, you paid good money.
You've actually given me a stick.
You told me you're going to deliver.
But hold on, just so I understand, did you draw the dress for them to
I didn't draw the dress.
So how did the design come about and how did you pick the material out when you were
in
in Nigeria?
So I had this like inspo picture, but I basically told them...
you annotated it?
Yeah, I told them that I want these changes. Like I want... Like I had a few inspo pictures actually looking back. Yeah, I had about like, I can't remember, but I had a few inspo pictures. So I basically drew a few things from different inspo pictures. I said, this is what I want. And then they drew a sketch for me. Okay. Yeah, they drew a sketch for me for the white wedding dress. This is. Because for other dresses, I actually do my own sketches. But for the white wedding dress, they drew their own sketch. They drew a sketch for me. So we had gone through everything in detail. So why you're sending me pictures of something else, I don't know. But then, you know, obviously they was trying to reassure me and I was just like, no, this is not what I asked for. Anyways, because I had this one guy that I was in contact with and he was really kind, I basically said to him that he was like my agony aunt. I will go to him, I'll complain to him. Like I will go to him, complain to him, it will kind of get fixed. Go to him, complain to him, it will get fixed. So I think they had started the dress again. But bearing in mind, we were very close to the wedding day now. I can't really remember... But I was about to start going to Nigeria because I went to Nigeria about a month before my wedding day. So I think I was due to go to Nigeria maybe like 2-3 weeks. So let's say 2 months to the wedding day, something like that. And they're sending me pictures that are just not good. So my heart was just like here and I was just like, what do I do? Anyways, so I think they restarted the dress. And then they were sending me some updated pictures. And... yeah, I think at this point it was looking decent. Got to Nigeria now. So I now flew over to Nigeria. And to God be the glory. Honestly, when I tried on the dress, thank God it was actually good. It started, it took shape. So I mean, obviously, they did the first thing. They had to scrap it. So they started again.
What, the dress that they made?
Yeah, I don't know if did they. Yeah, they had to scrap it. Yeah.
Wow.
So they made that the bodice. I think it's called like the bodice, like the inside bodice thing. I don't know the technical detail, but they made the bodice thing like the inside, and I wasn't happy with it. So they remade that because I told them I wasn't happy with it. And then by the time I got to Nigeria, they had. Yeah, they basically had to put the chantilly lace on because I was only in Nigeria for about 5 days. So the turnaround time had to be quite quick.
But the fact that they can do it in 5 days.
So, when I had got there, thank God, things had taken shape. There was a few mishaps, but I think I'm not going to fault them for that. That's only just because, like, for example, like my bum area, it wasn't really right. It was kind of, my bum was kind of squashed in my dress. Yeah, okay. But that's just because of measurements. I took my own measurements at the end of the day. I can't blame them. Do you know what I mean? So there was a few mishaps there, but it was just the lack of communication. It was the asking for money all the time. I remember even afterwards, like, so my other dress, they asked for more money. I remember when I got to Nigeria, they asked for more money.
For what?
So my other dress, it had some like mesh details here, right? No, it wasn't mesh. It was like some lace. It had some lace detail here.
What's this, a white dress or a traditional dress?
Sorry, I'm now going to the traditional dress.
Cool.
Sorry. I'm now, sorry.
No, and which one as well? So I can put a visual representation on
the blue dress.
Okay. So the metallic one. That was nice, by the way.
Do you know what? In terms of the dresses, they did fine.
No, they ate. They ate. You have to give it to them.
I have to give it to them. And I was very pleased. I thanked them in the end.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, end of the day, I'm not a difficult person.
No, but you want what you want, and it's important to be vocal. It's kind of like when girls go to the nail shop and then they don't speak up.
Yeah,
but then don't be upset if you don't like your nails.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing as the dress. You have to speak up.
Yeah. But people make mistakes. That's okay. But communicate. Do you know what I mean? Like communicate. If I'm messaging you, I expect you to message me back. Simple. Not just leaving me on sort of air. I don't like that. So that's just what I didn't like. But sorry, back to the payment part now. So I was in Nigeria now, and so they had like a lace bit here, but that it wasn't really sitting right. It wasn't really as I expected. It was kind of like it just wasn't sitting right. So I said, well, this kind of needs to be done. Bear in mind at this point now, because I had 2 fittings when I was there. I think I had a fitting the day after I arrived, and then I had a last fitting the day before I left back to the UK. So it was the day before I was leaving. There was the last fitting. So now things need to be in check. So tried on a dress. It wasn't right. So I said, can you redo this? And they were just like, well, that's going to cost. And it made us think,
because they know you're going back tomorrow.
Yeah,
they're holding you to ransom with your dress.
Why is it costing me? This is not my fault. Do you know what I mean? Like I've paid you for a service for something to be correct. It's not correct, but I'm having to pay extra for it. Like, I don't really get that. But because I was flying out the next day, I just had to pay it.
What you actually paid?
I paid it.
Much?
To be fair, that wasn't a lot. It was, I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I can't remember. But it wasn't a lot. It was nothing more than £100. I should say that.
Okay, that's not. But even then, it's the principle.
It's a principle.
Do you know what it is? I feel like people see brides as cash cows. It's because they know that by any means you'll do anything.
Nigeria,
but that's not even limited to Nigeria. Even in the UK,
do you think
110%?
No, actually, you're right. Because as soon as they hear brides, it's gonna go up.
Head is just,
that's so true. But I think Nigeria's worse.
Because I think, you know what, they're in demand now. So it's just like
Nigeria
the power has gone to Nigeria. The
terrible.
power that UK vendors kind of had is slowly going to Nigeria. Or maybe even is with a lot of things. I think people outsource a lot of things now to the Nigerian market. And they are now playing that game now. That game of, especially with the bride in particular. I'm sure your husband probably didn't have as many of these problems that you had. Of course not. The men never do.
They never do. It's always us.
Because the women want to look 10 out of 10.
Exactly.
And they know you'll pay by any means. Are you going to look? Are you going to be standing there?
Exactly, literally. It's always us.
They'll charge you because they know they can.
Yeah, but I still like, you're right.
It's annoying,
I do agree.
Though. It's annoying.
It is so annoying. I do agree. Like, every time I mention bride in anything,
forget about it.
Wedding, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. Like, it was crazy amounts. But Nigeria was even worse, in my opinion.
And because they know you're from the UK.
From the UK. As soon as they hear the accent, I wasn't even trying to put the accent on. But obviously they saw through that.
Yeah. I'll be like, hello, how you look as well.
I'll be like, hello, yes, it's going to Ikeja. They'll be like, Ikeja, where?
You need to have a middle person.
I'll be like,
girl,
do you know and it's so funny. I actually had someone, but it was because there's only so much I can tell her for her to feed back.
Yeah.
It just didn't
like,
work.
Give me the phone.
It didn't work. And I was a very particular bride. I wanted everything to be on point. So there's questions that I can only answer. She won't be able to answer, because I was actually considering maybe like getting my cousin to be the one to like contact them. Yeah, because if they see a +234 number, there's nobody going to charge them as much as they charge me. I know as soon as they see +44, the money's going up. So I wanted that, but then I thought to myself, this is just not going to work. It's just not going to work. Like, they're going to ask her questions, they're going to need things on demand, and I need to be the one answering.
Blue dress, the mesh, they charge the extra amount.
Yes. So this is the day before I was leaving now. And they go to me, you're going to have to pay this extra. I said, cool. I paid the extra. This was the day before. The next morning, my flight was in the evening. My flight was around about 7 p.m. But I think I even told them it was even earlier because I needed my dresses. So they have my dress.
Oh,
the day before. Yeah, because they had
they had to do the.
that
Is it
bit
that
wasn't
much
yet done.
time needed to change it?
Yeah, because they had to keep the dress. So the plan now was I was supposed to take the dress on the last fitting, but unfortunately I couldn't because that wasn't right. So the wedding dress was fine. No, the wedding dress was not fine. I wasn't happy. No, the dress was fine. My veil, I wasn't happy with. I asked for a very long veil. My veil was not as long as I wanted. So I wasn't happy with that. So I said, you need to change my veil as well. This was all happening the day before I was going back to the UK.
How are you handling this?
Stress. It was so stressful. So, so they had to keep my dresses. So now the next day, this is the day I'm going back to the UK. I messaged them, like I was just messaging them like constantly. How far with the veil? And you have to keep going, otherwise they're not going to answer you. So I was constantly harassing them, like what's going on? Because my flight is soon. I can't miss my flight. So then they'll send me update pictures. Yes, this is that, cool. Then so the veil was fine. They fixed the veil. The lace bit here, they went out to the market or something like that, is what they said. They got some more lace. Then they started doing the lace. They sent me a picture. I said, fine, it's cool, let's go. So now the plan was that before going to the airport, it was even late. Like I was planning to get there maybe 10 a.m. to collect my dresses. It was late. Like I can't remember exactly, but let's say, for example, it was like 12 now.
Yeah.
And where I was staying was quite far from the airport, from Mohammed Murtala Airport. So I needed to get there first, pick up the dresses, then go to the airport. So there was a lot of pressure at this point.
And you have to still get through Lagos traffic.
Exactly,
as well.
a lot of pressure. Wow. Just to hear, Asha.
No.
As I was saying to them that, okay, I'm cool, I'm on my way, they said to me, they sent me an invoice, another invoice. So bear in mind, I've paid about £600 in the beginning, the early days, for the material. Yeah, but I've paid another money for the extra lace here. And now they're asking me for a third time, another money.
For what?
They now said that, what did they say? Okay, let me rewind. So I did actually change my dress. I did change my dress. However, when I changed my dress, this is my white wedding dress. Okay. When I changed my dress, I did ask them, I said, is there extra cost for the change of the dress? They said no. The cost is going to stay the same. The invoice is going to stay the same. So I said, cool. So now, the day I'm coming back to the UK, you're now saying to me, yeah, because of the changes, and it took extra time than we anticipated.
So what's that got to do with me?
Other things like, we've spent more time, spent more material, we spent more this. There's so many other things that I don't need to hear. They were telling me on the day I'm going back to the UK.
And they had your dress in their hand. Hey, they held the dress
in their hand.
They held it hostage.
So in my head, I'm thinking,
oh my God.
And I can't remember exactly how much you asked for, but it wasn't.
This is not new to this. True to this.
It was very deliberate. On the day I'm going back to the UK, you had both of my dresses and you asked for more money unexpectedly.
No.
But before you're telling me the invoices...
No, I can't. I don't even know what to say when it comes to that, because I was about to, initially listening to your story, I was about to say, oh, well, actually going to Nigeria actually sounds like the vibe in terms of doing the dresses did eat.
The dresses were stunning.
Do you think the dress was worth it? I think that's what probably...
in the end it was worth it.
You think so? Okay, so listeners, she's saying it's worth it.
Do you know what's so funny? Even though amongst all the problems and stuff, like even with the workers, when I got there, we still had a vibe. Like, it was still good vibes. It was still good energy, like even though they knew I was upset, I felt like I was still very kind to them, and they were kind to me. Like like they were like they accepted their wrongs and stuff like that. Well, some of them,
it gets like that.
It gets like that, but it was still okay. Like there was no like funny energy or anything like that.
Okay, so I guess that's fine then. I guess can I just ask? Because I do want to ask on a few other things. I wanted to ask. How much, if you don't mind sharing?
How much? I can't. Honestly, I cannot remember because I spent. On both dresses.
Yeah, on like each dress, how much was it? Because I think it would be good to compare. If you're okay with sharing. If you're not, then
I genuinely cannot remember. Even my ashoke, I paid more money, but that was my fault because I changed the colour of my ashoke.
No, that was really nice though.
Thank you. Like I paid like extra £500 for that as well.
Oh, but these numbers sound so big.
Was it 500? Yeah, something like that.
Just for the ashoke.
Because I think the material. I was quoted about £900 for both myself and my husband though. both myself and my husband for the astral K.
Not bad.
Not bad.
I guess.
And then I changed the colour of my astral K last minute. So that was my fault.
Then you had to add an extra
I had to
500.
I can't remember, it was 500. Please don't quote me on that. That one
fine.
I can't remember, but I did have to pay extra money for that.
Okay.
So, but yeah, in terms of my astral K, like, and another dress I got made, they were great. Like,
okay, cool. And the dresses look lovely. So I'll put everything on screens because as you gave me great detail. But the dresses came out beautifully in the end.
They did a great job.
So let's talk about let's talk about family and friends dynamics.
I won't say, I didn't have any dramatic fallouts with anyone. Like all my bridesmaids I still speak to.
Lovely.
All family members I still speak to. I think when I was planning for my wedding, I didn't have any high expectations from friends personally. And I think I learned that lesson very early on from my introduction days actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, not that anything happened, but when I expected people to pull through around my introduction time, they didn't as I expected. So from that time, I sort of just thought to myself, do you know what? I know who I can expect this from and I know who I can't. So it was very clear cut for me. And
like, don't let me not stress myself.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't that kind of bride where it's like, you do this, you do that. I think my brides can vouch for this. I didn't really give them like too heavy, like crazy jobs, aside from my maid of honor.
But you know what? I think it sounds like you gave them autonomy, which is even better though.
Yeah.
So I think it allows people to just show up.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like they kind of feel bad. Like, oh, she's been silent. Okay, let me just quickly do that. And I was actually going through your highlight today on the way here before this interview. And I did see like the little paragraph that you wrote. I don't know if you even remember you wrote it. But you put up a story during the time of when you had your wedding and just shouting out your maid of honor. And I thought that was so beautiful. Just saying that, how much she was just riding for you and stuff. And I thought that's really, really lovely.
My maid of honor, I love her. If you're watching this, I love you so much. She and my sister were my everything in that time. Like, they were there for me so much. Like, you know, like when you don't ask, sometimes as a bride, you don't want to ask.
Yeah, for sure.
Or sometimes you shouldn't even have to
You forget.
ask.
Sometimes you don't ask. Sometimes you
forget to ask.
Like you have blind spots.
Shout out great maid of honor. Shout out great bridesmaids that, you know, that do
show up and show out.
Yeah, that just do as you should. Be a friend. Like, this is your friend's one of her biggest days of her life. So show up. Like, do as you would like done to yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, the way you would love for you know, your friend to shop for you, do the same. No, you know.
Did they plan your hen and batch? Did you have a hen and a batch?
Yeah, they did. Do for that? I think it was heavily on my sister, my maid of honor though.
Okay.
I don't think. Well, the bridesmaids obviously chipped in and they obviously got involved 100%. But I think it was more heavily on my sister, and in fact, I know it was more heavily on my sister and my maid of honor. So
where did you guys go for the hen?
I'm a very chilled girl.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
what does that mean?
Yeah, I'm not like the type of person that will go on like on stripper. I don't want a stripper.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me. Like I'm not very. In fact, with my friends, I even told them, I said, guys, I don't want you to spend crazy money. Like I'm very. I like to think I'm considerate. Like I was just like, please, I just want the most. It's the easiest thing. And obviously, bear in mind, I've got a newborn baby. So I didn't really want to be out of the country and things like that, because I was flying to Nigeria very soon as well. So we just did like a very chilled, we had like a little like games night, like it's a girls' night.
Like a little slumber party.
Yeah, a little slumber party. We all wore the same pajamas. We just like had games and just had fun. And that was, for me, perfect, because that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
And then I had my bridal shower, which was so emotional. It was like a surprise bridal shower. I cried. But yeah, that was beautiful. And we just did like, you know, the normal usual bridal shower games. And it was fantastic. It was so lovely.
Lovely. Lovely to hear that.
Yeah.
Let me see what else. Anything else you want to cover?
My husband was actually not feeling well today.
He wasn't feeling. In what way?
It was bad. Girl, I called 999. Yeah.
The
drama.
What happened? Why did you have to call 999?
Girl.
I mean, is it 999?
999. Yeah, because you're from...
Yeah, I think, you know, my brain now is thinking 911.
What's the number?
I'm slowly, like, I'm slowly losing it a little bit.
It was wild. So, leading up to the day, he had takeaway.
Okay.
He had... I don't know if I should mention the takeaway spot.
Really? No, just in case they were.
Okay, yeah. So he had takeaway. This was like 2 days, I think, before the wedding day. He had a takeaway. Then the next day, he was just like, I'm not, this was the day before the wedding. He was like, I'm not feeling myself. He was just like in bed. He had a fever, temperature, vomiting, like every symptom under the sun he had. And it was just like, Lord, why? Like,
Did you see it as a spiritual attack?
Maybe.
No, I would have definitely seen that.
Maybe.
And
do you know what?
A day or 2 days before
this was 2 days before the wedding. It happened. He had to take away. And leading up to the wedding day, I'm so grateful to God that, so my sister, my mom, myself, my sister, and my mom, we had prayer calls like lead up to the wedding day. And I'm, there's always a reason for something, like for everything. I'm so happy that we did that. I know that there was a reason behind, being intentional about praying. There was a reason because the enemy tried it. Guys, when I tell you, my husband, he was not himself on the wedding day. So yeah, so the day before he was in bed, everyone was like, let's go to A&E. My husband's he's very like strong-minded. He doesn't like to,
man. They're not going to
he's a man. He's not, he doesn't like to be weak. He's just like, no, I'm fine sort of thing. I'm okay. He was just rolling in bed. He was supposed to get his hair cut. He couldn't even get a haircut.
He didn't get a trim for the wedding.
He couldn't get a trim. What? Because he was vomiting. He had fever. It was bad. Like it was bad. Like a couple aunties had to come the day before. They were all praying. We all gathered. Like we were praying over him. Like it was serious. And we were like, let's go to the hospital. He was like, no, the wedding day's tomorrow, sort of thing. Like, no, sort of thing. Anyways, wedding day now came. We I can't remember what we even gave him. We just did, the usual things. Like we gave him like things for, things for just like temperature and things like that. Lucozade, the usual prayer. You know what we do. Energy.
Shout out to Lucozade. If you want to sponsor an episode.
Nigerians, take Lucozade, we'll give you energy.
Shout out Lucozade.
Literally everything under the sun, because he just didn't want to go to the hospital. He's very anti-hospital anyways. He doesn't like hospitals. So when the day now came, I was in the hotel. He was supposed to be in a hotel as well. He couldn't go to the hotel. He was still at home. The morning of the wedding now came. He was just like, he was still not feeling himself, but he had to pull himself together.
Wow.
And honestly, so he couldn't go to the hotel. So the groomsmen were at a hotel. He was still at home. His brother, who was the best man, had to bring him to the church. Obviously, I walked down the aisle in the end. And when I looked at him, I was just like, this is not him. Like, he wasn't himself. I could have broke down in tears. Not because I was emotional, but because I'm looking at my husband's eyes and I can see he's not himself. Like, he just wasn't himself. My husband's very crisp. He wasn't crisp.
Crisp.
Yeah, he was just...
What a way to describe your husband, crisp.
He's usually very he's kind of like me.
Yeah, prim and proper.
I mean, not as much as me.
He likes
to have like, I don't know, his trim needs to be on point. Like, this is his wedding day. He likes to look good. Mm-hmm. And he just wasn't looking himself. He managed to pull through to the church. Then when we were going back to the hotel, because I had a 2-in-1, so I had like a church in the morning, then we had the reception traditional after. As we were going back to the hotel, he was like, so funnily enough, when we were in the car, I had this vision. It's like God gave me this vision that if I didn't call the ambulance, he was going to faint. Honest to God, I had this, I just had this. Something in my heart was telling me, call 999. Call 999. So it was literally in the Rolls-Royce, and I literally was calling 999 in my wedding dress. I had 999 on speaker. And I was just like, yeah, can you just come? And they were like, okay, where are you? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, it's our wedding day, so please just hurry up. They came, they got to the hotel. He was so weak. He could hardly stand up. He could hardly do anything. And bear in mind, this is just the start. It was like maybe 1 o'clock. We still had the whole day to go. The baile hadn't happened yet.
No, you need to get on the floor. You need to get on the floor.
We saved so much money as well.
No, even you're thinking about all the flights, all the dress stress.
Everything. But do you know what? At that point, if I'm honest with you, I didn't actually care about all that stuff. I just wanted to hear him.
Life,
I just wanted him to be okay. And just seeing him like that was just so heartbreaking. So anyways, ambulance came and I was just like, should we go to the A&E? What do we do? At that point, I was ready to come up my dress and just get into jogger bottoms, and just go to A&E because, it's a wedding day, but my husband's my priority. I just want him to be okay. Anyways, they gave him some anti-sickness injections, and that sort of held him up to, I think up to just this. up to the traditional part. So it's so funny because in the traditional, you can see him jumping in the video.
At least he's jumping. At least he's having fun.
You can see him jumping, but he really wasn't himself. Like, he had to force himself. Like, he had to force. And I think word got round on the wedding day. Like,
Is it? Oh my God.
Yeah,
everyone Nigerians are so dramatic.
Every auntie was knocking on the door, open the door. Everyone was praying over water. Oh yeah, drink this water. Like, he couldn't hardly drink. It was
just you kids.
We rebuke in the name of Jesus. Like,
I was about to say, so when I asked you earlier on, did you think that was a spiritual attack? You're like, no,
it was.
Girl,
It must have been. And
oh my God.
Like, but you know what's so funny? Throughout it all, I had this peace, you know. As weird as it sounds, I had this peace in me that it's going to be fine because I serve a living God.
Amen.
I know that even before I've seen it, I know it's going to be fine. Like, I've prayed, I've soaked this day in prayer. There's no way it's gonna go wrong. There's just no way.
Yeah.
So despite, thank God, my vendors, they were so amazing. Like, even though they just worked around it, everyone kind of had to work around it.
So the vendors caught wind of it as well.
They did, yeah. Everyone did, basically.
Okay,
like, things. The whole day was delayed because he wasn't feeling well. Things were supposed to happen at this particular time. It got pushed back. The Alaga, who's my auntie, shout out Oma already.
Okay.
She had to push things back. She had to kind of engage with the guests whilst things were just a bit manic, but glory be to God, it worked out in the end. And it's just so important to pray. Can I just say that?
Yeah.
It's so important. Please, leading up to your wedding day, don't just get too... It's lovely, like the whole dress, the whole, you know, the decor, the this, the makeup, the this, the that. Remember to pray. That day, you don't know. It's in the future. You just don't know. And forget about the day. Your marriage, more importantly. Soak the day, soak your marriage, soak everything in prayer. Is so important because if I hadn't had, you know, seek God about that day the way I had with my sisters and my mum, with my sister and my mum, I don't know what would have happened. I genuinely don't. Like, for all I know, maybe would have actually
God forbid.
God forbid.
But it's good. You not only soak the day, but you clearly soak the whole process as well.
Whole
because you had the continuous course.
Yeah,
and I think that's also something I'm sure
and
a lot of
yourself as well. Don't
yeah.
rely on other people to pray. But do the work yourself. Pray. Make sure you're praying. Make sure, even if it's your fasting. I was fasting.
Because it's a big thing spiritually.
It's a big deal.
Spiritually, it's a big thing.
It's
like even just like the families getting along. Because you know people think, oh, they're attacking my marriage. Okay, cool. Marriage aside, it's two families.
It's two families. They don't know each other.
Anything can happen.
Exactly.
Somebody can come and want to come and bottle somebody.
Exactly.
You actually have to just pray.
You have to pray.
You have to pray.
So please don't try to don't get too lost in the whole excitement of the wedding day, which is very exciting. But don't get too lost in that. Try and really pray. Like really spend intentional time with God about your marriage and about your wedding. It's so important.
No, I love that. I think that is a lovely way to even end the...
is it done?
Well, pretty much, yeah.
Wow, that is so fast.
Trust me, listen, 5 hours, that's what the viewers want. They want like 5-hour episodes, but money, good for me, innit? I'm just going to quickly just have a quick glance through your TikTok just so I make sure I cover everything. But we spoke about the infamous dresses.
Yes.
The dresses. Your makeup was really beautiful. And I guess
it's so funny. I was actually going to talk about that.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Shout out Queen Hadassah.
Oh really?
She knows. Anyways, if she doesn't know, I love her. I always tell her I love her. I'm a Queen Hadassah fan.
Yeah, me too.
I love her.
Yeah, same here.
And you know what? What I really love about her, and I didn't want anyone else. But I was quite, to be honest, I always knew from young I wanted Queen Hadassah to do my face. But then leading up to the day, I was thinking, maybe I should go for this person, maybe I should go for that person. But I'm so happy I went for her in the end.
Yeah.
She was fantastic. As I said, I was very particular. I'm quite particular. When it comes to makeup especially, I'm very particular. And she was very understanding. She didn't judge me, even though I was
your choices.
Yeah, for my choices. I was like, can I have my eyeshadow like this? Can I have I'm very like, I don't like this. Can I have this? And she's just like, okay, sort of like, she was so nice and she just took everything I said on board.
Oh, lovely.
And I had a trial, which I would highly recommend. Have a trial. Definitely have a trial, especially if you're particular with makeup. If you're not very particular with makeup, then don't.
Makeup girlies, for sure.
But if you're particular with makeup, have a trial so that you know, you can, you know, you can make sure that those little things that you want done, you can actually discuss that before the day, and write notes as well. I wrote notes on my trial. So like, for example, when we did the makeup, I realized, okay, I don't think I know. When she left, I was like, okay, maybe I don't want my eyebrow that high. So I wrote it down. So on the wedding day, I was like, can we have the eyebrow just slightly lower? Do you know what I mean? So I knew that, okay, this is what I like, this is what I didn't like. But yeah, honestly, shout her out. She was so accommodating. Her aura, amazing.
Yeah, I've
she's
met
a Christian
her in
herself.
person. She's not as an just like
as a person.
And just as a I don't, obviously she probably doesn't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very lovely. From
Great
what I've seen on
energy.
screen and what I've seen in real life and what I hear, it sounds like a great experience.
Positive experience. She's so warming. She's so nice. I think even because the day went over because of my husband.
Yeah.
She even stayed extra, and she didn't ask for any extra money for the hours that she stayed.
See? A vendor with a heart. Praise be to God.
With a heart. To be fair,
someone will be waiting at that door like, well,
yeah, where's the extra money? Yeah, I spent extra hours. She didn't. And to be fair, a lot of my vendors were actually very accommodating.
No, because it's between life and death. It's like you guys literally did not plan.
We didn't plan
I think
that.
anyone doing the most after that is just side eye.
But you still find some that are just money hungry. Yeah. But no, a lot of my vendors were so good. This was the mistake I think I made though. I hired one videographer, which I think was
That's what I was going to say. My mom hired one for herself.
I love that.
She hired a team for herself. I think that's what you need. You need more. What was it? Just one standing person?
I had one content creator and I had one videographer.
But was he a team or was it just
he was part of it was the same photographer, same videographer from the same company.
Okay.
I had two photographers, one videographer.
Two photographers. But was it just one person filming the whole day?
I believe so.
Whoa.
I think so. I'm not sure, but the agreement was one videographer. So I don't know if it was one person or two people. I don't know, but the agreement was one videographer. So what had happened was that the parents was dancing in and they were with their friends on the dance floor, which is important to me.
Yeah.
I want to look back and see that my mum, you know, my husband's, everyone is good. Like, I want to see them dancing and stuff. But what had happened, when they were dancing in, I was now coming out in the foyer area and the content creator was taking pictures of me.
Yeah.
So the videographer now came out, got excited because I was in my new dress.
Oh, and he didn't get the outside.
So he didn't record all the parents and the adults dancing. And I was just like...
It irritates you.
It did irritate me.
For me, even that as well, just something as simple as that. Do you remember back in the day when our parents would have events and their videographers would like record the guests just sitting down, eating the rice, and even just like record the food. The food that you spent 10K. I was like, these. Yeah, no, honestly.
I feel like, do you know what it is? I think it's because we're now in this world of
age,
social media
that they want to go viral.
Yeah, go viral, Bella Niger.
Yeah.
I mean, thank God I went into Bella Niger.
Yeah, we all made the press card.
Yeah, thank God for that. I mean, I'm happy about that because, yeah. But there's more to just the bride and the groom.
I know, it's so annoying.
I want pictures, like even my cousins from America, they were like, do you have pictures
nothing.
of us?
I mean, not nothing. You're lucky. Obviously, there's stuff.
But
most of it is just...
It's just
And then
me.
the annoying part is once it's the dancing time, everything cut off.
That's it.
And it's just like, what the hell did I pay all this money for?
The only thing I can... Well, yeah, my
and that's no dig at because my team was still good, but it's just... I think that's just how they operate nationally.
And I get it because I guess the bride is like the hype, like, oh my God, the bride.
Because that's the money.
That's the money. It's true.
That's going to secure that's going to make or break the next booking.
You're right. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But they need to try not to forget that it's more than just the bride.
Yeah.
It's the wedding.
It's the community. And that's why the trad is the trad.
Yeah.
And remember to capture that, guys.
Remember to capture that.
It is sentimental.
As brides, as you know,
you want to see the kids.
You want to go back 10 years back and see that, oh, this person attended, that person attended.
One last thing before we round up was I was just going to say to videographers and photographers, to brides or couples that actually, because you said that you had one video, that's actually not a good thing.
It's not a good thing.
No, so the one thing that I had three, and even with three, so it was still the same company,
right?
But even with three, they still weren't able, especially because I did a Meridian, so we had upstairs and downstairs. So imagine they're not. I want to see every single corner of the building that I'm paying for, and they still weren't able to. And it's not any fault of their own.
Yeah.
But there's just not enough manpower.
There's just not enough manpower.
So
yeah, I think we're in a day and age where content creators are now the new it.
Yeah,
I've actually heard people they don't even get videographers.
I think that's wild, to be honest.
I think it's wild as well. I need
to see.
I need to see the whole 50-minute video, like or whatever it is. I need to see everything, but. That's great, but no, don't get too lost. Personally, I think don't get too lost with the whole content creation.
Yeah.
That's just a snippet.
I know of the
It's just a
day,
snippet of the day.
and you're not guaranteed to go viral as
You're not,
well.
if you're not guaranteed to go viral.
So yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I completely get why you would feel the way you do. I don't think it's anyone's fault. I just think that's just how it is.
Yeah.
But I think collectively, everyone can do better.
Everyone. And I think if you're going to have a small amount of videographers, just keep costs down or something.
Yeah.
Communicate with your videographer or your
backup,
photographer.
like
or get
a cheaper backup that would capture the guest and the food.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not going to be as like HD as HD or cinematic.
Or just make sure you communicate. Just make sure you tell them, I know I only have you or I only have two of you. I want this, I want that. Make sure you're on the dance floor. Make sure you're recording this. Even if I'm on the foyer, just make it crystal clear so that there's no like surprises.
Yeah, no,
but
I
yeah,
agree.
agreed. I couldn't agree more with you.
Okay, and lastly, so first of all, Shail, thank you so much for coming to the Brides. We finally made it happen, guys. I've been trying to get this girl forever.
I know, I'm sorry. Mum life. What can I say?
No, I've been trying to get you forever, and we finally made it happen.
Yes.
Last thing you want to say to the guests before we close off?
Last thing I want to say is, if you're getting your dress made in Nigeria, give them a date earlier than what you don't give them the real date of the wedding day. Tell them much earlier.
Yeah.
Pray about the day. Pray about your marriage. This is not a joke. It's a lifetime commitment. So pray. Don't get too lost in the sauce. And enjoy it. As stressful as it is, enjoy it. Try and see the good out of it. And yeah, just have fun. You're spending a lot of money. Even if you're not spending a lot of money, it is stressful. So have fun. And just keep God at the center. And that's it.
We love that. And where can we find you? By the way, guys, she's a content. As you can see, we spoke about makeup quite a bit. This is a makeup girly that we have in the house, and she posts such amazing makeup content. Where can we find you after this episode if we want to go and have a look?
Daniel on everything.
Lovely, lovely. Well, thank you so much, Bibi, for coming.
Thank you so much.
I called you Shail, didn't I? A second ago. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
We're getting there.
It's fine.
Have a lovely week, guys. Thank you so much for coming, Bibi. And until next time,
bye. How was that? Was that okay?
I was feeling the conversation.
Was you? Okay, good.
I already know what my intro to the episode.
I'm happy. I'm actually going to be like...